What does it take to be one of the fastest XC riders in the world? Dedication, hard work, a boatload of riding? I reckon so, but what about an Olympic athlete at the top of their game and the top of their sport? Thanks to Garmin, I'll be putting myself through the ringer once more as I undertake another grueling challenge. For the next 7 days, I'm going to be following Canyon Collective rider Luca Schwarzbauer's training plan to see just how tough it is. But there's a catch. I'm not going to be doing it alone. Yes, to throw a curveball at the video, then I've also recruited someone else to try this week-long sufferfest. Our average Joe, Leo the cameraman. Why have I dragged poor old Leo into this? Well, I've done my time training, racing and shifting weight at the gym. Leo, on the other hand, hasn't. He's a weekend warrior, a part-time shredder, someone who just rides solely for fun. So how will he fare? Day one, rest day. I've decided to lay low and hide back here at home. I've got work to do on the computer, so we're going to do that and focus on that. Now, in an average training week, Luca's going to do around 18 to 20 hours plus of training in a week. An astonishing amount. That's going to be split between gym work and bike work, of course. Now, the average person, we're probably looking at about 3 to 4 hours of riding a week, if we're lucky, splitting, you know, home commitments, work time, and everything else in between. So he's an absolute monster for doing that. And this isn't like just a rough guideline, this plan that we're following. Oh no, this is his actual training plan. Like I said, this is what he did in the lead up to Novia Mesto World Cup. So we are going to try and follow the legit plan to the T for the week. And we're going to be doing that using obviously Garmin products. So we're going to be using watches, we're going to be using heart rate straps and obviously head units as well to sort of record and use all of that data to see just how we're getting on and how we fare against the big man himself. Neil caught up with Luca to see what advice he had for us.
What advice would you give to my colleagues for trying to follow your plan?
Good sleep is super important, the basics. Good recovery, fueling at the right time, which means not at 10 o'clock, all the amount of carbs, in the evening, that you normally should eat in small portions throughout the whole day. The same with the proteins. It's always crucial to fuel well on the bike. Sometimes you need to eat even more than you would think. It's also important to fuel straight after his training. So Rich and Leo, I just wish you best of luck and go full gas. I hope you're gonna enjoy the pain a little bit, and let's see.
First session after the rest day. So this is Tuesday today.
Yeah.
Leo, we're off to the gym, aren't we?
Off to the gym.
Core sesh. Oh my God, that hurt. Yeah. I know, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about the week?
I don't know.
He's lost for words.
I reckon it's going to be tough.
It is. Now,
really tough.
Luca is known for being a bit of a beast, so there are some hefty rides incoming because, well, he is literally one of the world's best.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and replicate the sort of prep and the training he does. Easier said than done. Obviously, we've got time restrictions, as we said, things like that. We're going to go hit the gym. Yeah. We're going to do a core workout, 30-minute core workout, and then we've got our ride later on. So we'll check back in a bit. Okay, we're done, Leo. How's the gym workout portion?
Easy enough.
Easy enough? All right.
It's only going to get worse from here, though.
It 100% is.
Bit out the way.
It 100% is going to get harder because you've got a 2-hour ride to do. I've got a 4-hour ride. Now, I've got a little bit more time, luckily, than you because you got a load of editing to do, right?
Yeah.
So we're in for a big day. We're hitting the ground running here, but luckily it does then get a bit more chilled tomorrow. I say chilled. It's not really.
No, not at all.
Not at all. All right, let's check back in on the ride. And we're off. So today's session, a 4-hour 15 zone 2 ride. Now zone 2 refers to sort of the level at which your heart rate is at. So we'll have sort of certain brackets, if you like. So zone 1 being very easy, zone 5 being much, much harder. Zone 2 is a sustainable pace that you can keep up for a long time, essentially. So for me, that's my heart rate sitting between 130 to 150. Now this depends on your fitness levels, of course, but Garmin will sort of take note of the activities you do and adjust this accordingly. So on Leo's, those zones are going to be slightly different because Leo, my old boy, you won't mind me saying this, you're maybe not quite as fit. But don't worry, because zone 2 is obviously relevant to everybody. So it's still going to be a good workout for him. Now today is a mixture of on and off road. Keep it fun, it says. So that is what we're going to do. We're cruising out on the road at the moment and we are heading to the woods. Right, I've just pulled over, so I thought I'd give you a little update because I've just been stung by a wasp in the temple. Oh, it's well sore. Perils of no hair. Anyway, it seemed a good point at catching up anyway. So we're nearly halfway into this ride. I'm about 45k in and we're about to head off-road in a minute, if you like. So all is going well and stunning views. But why would you do 4-hour rides when an XC race is only an hour and a half? Well, you got to get the miles up to get the body used to sort of that overload, if you like. Once the body can take a lot of, or become under a lot of stress, if you like, then you can start to build up the level of those stresses. So he'll start working on really intense kind of rides, much more power-based stuff, which I think is coming later in the week. But that's enough out of me. I'm going to put the lid back on and hopefully soothe my sore temple. Let's catch up with Leo, see how he's getting on.
Right, finally made it out. It's really going to be interesting to see how this week goes because this is the first ever like structured training that I've done. It's not something I've tried before. So I'm intrigued to see what it's like. Definitely in at the deep end. So hopefully it's going to be a good week. We'll have to wait and see.
That's a wrap. Whew. 4 hours, 5 minutes, 92.5k. I felt good for pretty much all of that, maintaining all the relative sort of zones and paces we were supposed to. Sort of the 4th hour started getting to me a little bit and I got a headache from the old wasps thing or whatever it is, but it's all going well. So yeah, let's throw it over to Leo, see how he's getting on.
Hello, sir.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
We're getting there, we're getting there.
How are you finding the first session?
It's all right.
Yeah, you
I'm
make...
struggling to keep it in zone 2. That's the biggest thing that I've like found as a problem.
What, as in like you're going too hard?
Well, not that I'm going too hard. It's just that I start moving and I'm like in zone 3.
Oh, that's interesting. So you're like you're like blasting past zone 2 and straight up to 3 already.
Yeah, well, like especially like if there's any sort of incline, like it's impossible to keep it in zone 2. On like the flat and stuff, I can do it, and like, that's sort of just like a nice cruising pace.
Yeah.
I've been going an hour and 17 moving time, so...
Nearly there, bud, nearly there.
I've started making my way back.
All right, mate, I'll leave you to it. Have a good one. I'll catch up with you tomorrow, okay? Oh, there you go. Sounds like he's doing flipping well and enjoying it. I wasn't quite expecting that response, but yeah, good on the fella. Good on him. Okay, like I said, a cup of tea is needed. See ya.
Right, I'm nearly done, but it's definitely starting to hurt now. I'm just cruising back along the bike path, back into Bath. Feels like a long ride. It's taken longer than 2 hours because I kept having to stop to let my heart rate settle. So riding time is just coming up to 2 hours, but total time it would be now much longer than that. It's 7:30 now, so looking forward to getting home and having something to eat. That would have felt very, very long. Moving time 2 hours 11. Stop it there. It's a big first day. It's going to be a long week, that is for sure.
Morning all. Okay, yesterday, heck of a ride. Now the biggest learning curve was just how far you do cover in 4 hours. I kind of forgot because I don't ride for that long very often, but I'm feeling pretty good today. I had a good night's kip. I managed to track it on my Garmin watch and it said I had about 8.5 hours. So maybe not training readiness wise was down a little obviously, but you know, this is not meant to be easy this week. So anyway, today's session, I'm gonna let Leo tell you all about that.
Cheers, Rich. Yeah, today we've got a 2 hour road ride, So we've got a 30 to 40 minute warm up and then 55 minutes in zone 3 with a 10-second sprint at the end of every 10 minutes. So it says on it should hurt a little, so I'm sure it will. So going to be a good one. Let's get it.
The reason he'll be doing something like this is it won't be any more intense than that, because essentially he doesn't want to get tired for the race, luckily for us. So it makes our intervals a little bit more chill. But it is a windy day today. But yeah, so far so good. Legs are feeling all right. But 40 minutes is nearly upon us, which means interval time. Catch you in a bit.
So I've not come out on this road ride alone.
Hey!
Brought my dad with me for a bit of company. He's on the e-bike, of course, and I'm on the road bike.
Here we go. First sprint, 10 seconds coming up. Let's go! Only another 5 more to go. Yowzers. Check-in time. It's a pretty tough session this one. My legs are a little more fatigued than I thought from yesterday. But all is good. We're cracking on. Hopefully Leo is as well. I think he's going to notice the difference from zone 2 to step up to zone 3.
Legs are definitely feeling sore at the end of that last one. And the heart rate's staying much higher after. So staying more in zone 4 than getting it into zone 3. So I can definitely feel the fatigue and that hurting a little bit. It's definitely true.
Done. 2 hours. And there we go. Another day, another dollar.
Right, that's that ride done. Back at the office now to grab my bits and head home to rest up. Definitely feeling pretty shattered after that one. That was definitely tough and legs were feeling very dead towards the end. That's 2 big days for what I'm used to. So yeah, need some rest after that. Whew.
Lightning.
Ricardo.
How's it going?
Not bad, you?
Yeah, all right. Have you survived to tell the tale?
I have. It was actually not too bad.
What? Get you fitness freak.
It like hurt towards the end. Yeah, like the legs when you're like keeping it in zone 3.
Yeah, it's quite tough. Zone 3 is a considerable knock up from zone 2, isn't it? How was it riding a road bike for the first time?
Actually quite nice. It was a bit uncomfortable at first, but once I got used to it, I quite liked it.
Yeah? Good work, good work. And how are we feeling for tomorrow?
I don't know.
I'll give you a shout tomorrow, catch up again.
Yeah, have a good one.
Cheers, Leo. Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Nice. Well, it sounds like Leo has got on pretty flipping good in the end. The guy doesn't really get out on the road too much. You know, he's been shoved on a road bike, you know, that he's never ridden before. As have I suppose, but I've ridden a lot of bikes in my time, and he's absolutely crushing it. Fair play to him. I think he is feeling the pinch with, you know, work balances and that, shall we say, as I am luckily a little bit more flexible than Leo, I'm not going to lie, because I can sort of get out and do it a little bit easier. But today's session was pretty tough, and I think that is the thing. I think tomorrow's is going to be even harder. So I think we'll check back in the morning. We'll have a little look at some stats on Garmin Connect of how it's sort of saying my training's going, my readiness, things like that, and dive in from there. So from me, good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Right, it's a new day, a new training session. Today is 4 hours long. I've got some time to do it, luckily, today. It's going to be a bit of a late finish, but it's not the end of the world. Leo, on the other hand, I know is struggling in terms of time because we've got some big edits coming out, which he's having to work on. But I know he's going to try and complete something, but I'll let him tell you about that in a bit. So let's get geared up, let's get cracking, out for a ride, and then I'll hit you with some of those Garmin stats I was talking about yesterday. So let's talk about those stats and those kind of numbers that Garmin correlates. So Garmin sort of work as an ecosystem. So watches, pedals, heart rate straps, head units, etc. all kind of combines together. Now what that does is give you an absolute mountain of data. But on the Garmin Connect app, it translates that data in a much more usable fashion. So today, my training readiness, as you can see, is 58 out of 100. The reason is because my load, or the amount of training and riding I'm doing, is so much higher than normal. Hang on, let's come to a stop. So I'm just not recovering, or my body's not used to that amount of load. However, if it was to sort of bump up and go into, I think it's the purple or the blue, that would mean I was much more ready. And actually, if you scroll across and then we can see training productivity, I'm unproductive. And again, it's because my body isn't used to it. I'm doing way more than I am normally, but luckily my good sleep score and my sort of good HRV being sort of the measure of time between your heartbeats. So it measures this when I wear my watch at night and it's sort of scanning in the background, if you like. And the sleep score bumping up my training readiness. Now, obviously, because myself and Leo, we have jobs, we have normal lives to go about, as does Luca, I'm sure. But essentially, you know, a pro athlete also has masseuses, physiotherapists, they have nutritionists, they have like proper structured training plans. They aren't doing much else around it. So they're able to actually put in the time and recover a lot easier. But having said that, the ride must go on. There's a tractor coming down the track and I don't want to get run over. So we'll see you in a bit. This has been a tough ride. We've got 45 minutes to go. Yeah, my legs are feeling it now. The training sessions are taking their toll. My quads are sore, should we say. But you know, no pain, no gain. Or something like that anyway. There is definitely pain. Hopefully some gain.
Right, reality of trying to do a World Cup Pros training plan with at the same time as your full-time job is hitting today, as it's 4:30 and I've still got a way to go on and edit, and which I've got to get done today. So reality of looking like I'm not going to be able to do a 4-hour road ride. Pretty tired after the last couple of days. The legs are sore. It's a lot more training and riding than I'd ever normally do in 2 days. Failing the training plan today, so free rest day, which isn't planned, but we'll get back to it tomorrow and see how we go.
Oh my God. That one was tough. The last 45 minutes of that, my heart rate remained the same. Oh, I'm salty as a sea dog. Heart rate remained the same, but the power was dropping off. I was getting real tired at the end of that one. Looking forward to the rest day tomorrow and catching up with old Lightning McQueen, see how he's getting on. Yowzers, I think it's time for a recovery drink, ice bath, well, cold bath because I ain't got no ice, and some chill. Yes, what's up everybody? It's rest day today, isn't it, Leo?
No.
What do you mean no?
Recovery day.
Oh, recovery, all right, yeah, we don't actually get to rest. I am feeling pretty knackered after yesterday's ride. The effects this morning, I was pretty tired. My body battery, according to Connect here, was 8 out of 100. It's climbed up to 18. That's pretty tired.
That is very tired.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. I failed yesterday. I had a busy day at work, so didn't manage to get out for any road riding, which is probably a blessing in disguise because I don't think I'd have made it very far on the road bike yesterday.
Not for 4 hours. So I want to touch on psychologically, how are you doing?
It's more tough psychologically than I thought it was going to be fair.
Really? So like just actually getting up and getting out?
Yeah. Like
I thought that might be the case.
I found Tuesday really tough because actually I got back quite late because I didn't leave as early as I wanted to go on the ride. Got back to the office and then got home, so then it was like 8:30 and then you shower, cook dinner, eat, and then you're basically going to bed. So it was just like, didn't feel like I had any time to sort of recover and chill.
Yeah.
Because then you're straight back into work the next day.
Ruthless, isn't it?
Yeah, that was tougher than I thought.
Today, we've got an 1.5 hour chiller ride, so we have called upon the e-bikes. Yeah, electric power is going to get some fun, but good saddle time today. We're going to go shred.
Let's do it.
is a wrap on today's recovery, not rest.
Ride.
Yeah, no, there's no such thing as a rest. Right, all good rides end on a cup of tea. You're gonna have a sarnie, aren't you? Because you're starving.
Yeah.
Man's got to eat. And then on to a savage ride tomorrow, which we'll catch up with in the morning. See you later. It's a slow start today. Leo, it's his birthday on Tuesday. He went out for a birthday meal last night. Everybody wish him happy birthday in the comments down below.
Oh, thanks, guys.
They haven't done it yet.
Well, I trust them.
I'm sure they will. Today is a joint session. We're doing it together, but is the most savage session of the week, as Luca said. So what was it? It was a 5-minute hill climb.
Yes, at full power.
8-minute recovery. Another 1.5-minute hill climb at 95% power. And then a 7-minute recovery. Repeat 8 times.
7 to 8 times. 7.
And I'll be honest, I'm feeling it today. Leo, proper pissed up last night. This guy sent me videos at 3 in the morning. It was unbelievable.
It's not true. I'm an athlete this week.
Oh, wow, yeah. I mean, so we are both feeling a little jaded, a little tired this morning, but the show must go on, eh, Leo?
It must.
The enthusiasm from the lake. The enthusiasm. Look, he's on my oys. I'm on the Loxx trail. We're going to go crush hills. We'll check in a bit and hopefully not be puking in a bush, will we?
Where's the motor on this?
There ain't no motor on that, buddy. They're there. 1 horsepower, 2 horsepower.
What?
Yikes, see you in a mo. Okay, here we go. First hill climb. We're gonna do this one together just so we can get our route sorted. Leonardo DiCaprio. Remember, this is supposed to be full gas, but you've got to be able to finish it.
Yeah.
So there's full gas and then there's not quite full gas. I'll let you take the lead, Leo. I do get the cop out here, obviously, because I get potentially a slightly easier workout. If you can, Leo, how are we feeling? Let me know.
Sore already.
Sore?
Yeah.
Already. You're doing a good pace, dude. So, this is not going to be an easy session. But remember, if you need to go slower, to actually complete it, go slower. And chill. How was that first one of the first rep, if you like? Horrible. No, first rep of the first set.
Horrible.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a good pace though, dude. First round done. Some pretty hefty heart rate results for you already there, wasn't it, Leo?
Getting up there very high.
and the problem you noticed was like the recovery, although like a good amount of time, you know, you ain't a World Cup athlete.
I'm far from it.
So that recovery time takes longer. So,
yeah.
You know, you're getting straight back up there quickly. I'm going to peel off from you now. We're going to still be doing the same amounts of time.
Yeah.
But we kind of agreed I might be going just a touch quicker.
A little bit faster, I reckon.
You know, fair enough.
Pick you up or anything.
I know.
I think you got a bit on it.
Just. So I'm going to go find a longer hill.
Yeah.
You're going to stick with the route that we did together on this first one.
Yeah.
We'll kind of be vlogging as we go, sort of how we feel, maybe some numbers.
Yeah.
And then catch up at the end of this one, shall we?
Let's do it.
Good luck, dude. See you later. Leslie. See you, Leo.
Sorry. Yep, I messed up. Didn't know that my GoPro was in time lapse. Fair to say the training was getting me a bit tired. Not much of a cameraman, eh? Whoopsie. 3 reps in and I was knackered. I did not fancy my chances of getting to 7.
Oh, wow. These are real gnarly. A 5-minute max effort uphill is wild at the best of times. But after the week I've had, jeez, poor Leo, he must be cooked. Two to go. We got this. Might have to call on my inner Schwarzbauer to get through this one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and the last 5-minute push. Leo.
Let's do this, Richard.
I like it. I like it. Leo, I don't like this. I take it back, I don't like it. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Look at that face.
Oh my God.
Hang on.
We've got a minute and a half to go.
Minute and a half, so we got 8 minutes recovery, and we got a minute and a half sprint, 95%, and then recover, and we out of here, people.
Oh, yeah.
He's done it. Oh, that was a good one.
Oh man.
Training session complete.
Done. What a way to spend your Saturday, eh?
Stop. Do. I want to know some of your stats post-ride. So average heart rate.
Average heart rate was 140 beats per minute.
Distance.
21.6k.
Nice. Climbing.
778 meters.
Max heart rate. I think that's an interesting one.
189.
Wow, right up there.
Right, that is right up there.
So that's almost top of zone 5 for you, really.
Yes, that's very near max.
Yeah, that's not particularly sustainable, obviously.
No.
You survived to tell the tale, and I see you're now refueling.
Refueling, big time.
Good lad.
Big time. Right, Sunday morning, and I am moving slow today. Yesterday's finished me off. I am knackered. My legs are very sore. So I don't think I'll be doing a 4-hour ride today. And also, I heard Rich has gone a bit off script today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Leo. Today is supposed to be a 4-hour zone 1 recovery ride. My legs are feeling pretty cooked. My training readiness, it says, is 54, I think it was, out of 100. They don't feel 54, but instead, I'm booked in to race motocross today. I bet you Luca's not doing that. So cue moto montage, and let's catch up later.
Ouch.
Ouch. That, my week ended with a bit of a bang there, didn't it?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it came to a sudden stop at the end.
What are you doing? Can't park there, mate.
I couldn't park there, you're right. But we're done though, Leo. We've survived the week. It's now background to the Monday rest day.
No, it's rest week.
Rest week. We're
not doing it again.
For this guy. So let's crunch a few numbers. Well, actually, no. First though, let's rewind. How did you find it? How did you find the week, I want to know, as a whole?
It's hard. It wasn't maybe as physically hard as I thought it was going to be, somehow.
Okay.
I was still like knackered and the legs were cooked. Mentally, it was a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. Like,
yes.
The psychological side
we
of it.
sort of spoke about this, didn't we?
Yeah. That
And
was a lot more challenging than I thought.
In what sense? Just like getting up, getting out, doing the plan, being out riding, that amount of
Thought of
time.
having to go out for that long.
Yeah.
When that's not something I normally do.
No, that's true.
So that was, a lot more challenging than I thought.
So volume, I mean, you know, we'll call it the volume side of it was your biggest challenge, which I think is entirely understandable in this scenario. Physicality-wise, now obviously we're not going to match the numbers that Luca puts out by any means, but it's all relevant, right? You know, his zones are just higher numbers than our zones, should we say. So but you still found you were, I mean, it's hard to say because he obviously did do a little bit less in terms of the quantity that what he does, but you were able to hold what you were supposed to for the times you did it.
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Saturday I thought was going to be like hell.
It was tough.
It was horrible. I didn't think I was going to make it through.
Yeah.
At some parts. Like, I didn't think I was finishing that day.
It's when you hit like that 5th, 6th lap and you're like, oh God, I've still got to go up here again.
Third,
okay.
3rd, 4th. And like, I was just like, I'm got nothing in me. But just had to dig so deep, like.
But that's cool. I mean, that's
than
a good.
I've probably dug before.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I was similar. So my thoughts on the week was, I followed the plan to the T sort of all week, if you like. I did all the length training sessions, the little gym works we did, things like that. The only thing that varied for me was, as we saw, the rest day, the zone 1-ish, zone 2, 4-hour rest ride. I actually went and raced motocross.
You went off script there.
I did go a bit off piste on that one. So if anything, I'm going to say I made it a little bit harder for myself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm throwing that out there. But I certainly need that now. But we've got some totals of what we actually did. So in total, the amount of actually sort of working out time, I did 19 hours of working out I did. That's quite a lot. That's double what I would normally do, really.
Yeah. So I was about 9 hours on the bike, so about 9.5.
With the workouts and stuff as well. That's
9 hours, yeah.
That's a total. I mean, in the week I rode a total of just shy of 360 kilometres on the push bike.
To 109.
But that's a lot, right?
Which is, a lot for me.
Yeah, like that's way of it. And then calories-wise, over 11,000 calories, again, only on the bike, so not taking into account the moto stuff. And that's not daily, kind of the daily calories you burn. That's just during those exercises. So.
Yeah. I was 4,300, so quite a bit less, but I missed out on those two.
Yeah, but you were
on the big rides.
Yeah, exactly. Which is where I think actually what we should say there is that I use a power meter on all of my rides, so it accurately works out calories burnt and stuff as you were just off heart rate. So it's not quite as accurate there. But Garmin Connect now telling me if I go training readiness is at 63 out of 100. I feel that's probably not far off, because the legs got a bit of a rest yesterday. Not fully, but, it's not too bad. My training status is unproductive. Now, the reason for that is because I've just, probably like yourself, actually, no, we got an interesting story about yours in a way, but I've just blown that out of the water in terms of sheer quantity that do. So when comparing last week to previous weeks, it's like, wow, you've put yourself in the red zone, essentially.
Yeah.
Whereas yours is different, right?
Productive training status.
Yeah, because that load that you've done, what Garmin's saying there, when it calculates all the numbers and data, it's saying, well, you normally do this much. You've done a good amount of effort, essentially, to improve your fitness.
Yes. I've seen unproductive quite a lot when I've previously done, when I was doing a lot of running, or trying to do a lot of running and stuff, mixing it with gym, because it was saying my load was good, but I wasn't recovering as well. Yeah. So clearly load's high at the moment. On the last week. But I've also had that time to recover as well. Probably with the couple of days that I missed. Yeah, so it'd be interesting if you'd done the full workout. I think that might have probably would have
changed the outcome a little bit.
Definitely, yeah.
So I suppose then, to answer the question, can anyone train like an Olympian, a World Cup athlete? Someone at the very top of the game. Yes, if you've got the time.
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
But I think we can both admit, obviously, we're at varying levels here, aren't we? And I think
big time.
That is probably what made the key difference.
Yeah, I think.
I'd love to see you try the week. If you didn't have such busy work commitments and try
just had a full free week, maybe I'd be able to do it. Because I guess it's a bit more achievable because it's not on distances, it's on times.
And effort.
It's achievable sort of no matter your fitness level. So you can go out and do 2 hours at this amount of effort because my effort's just a lot lower.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like a revisit's needed,
If I had
Leo.
a full free week, maybe I'd be able to do it. So maybe, yes, I would be able to train like an Olympian or World Cup pro.
All right.
But mixing it with full-time job as well, it is.
Yeah.
It's full on.
Plus you love the deli.
Deli
love
does.
the deli.
You do love the deli.
Well, look, let us know in the comments below. Do you think you could complete this kind of training volume and intensity? Do you think you could give Luca Schwarzbauer a run for his money? I don't think I could. I think his job's safe for now, Eli.
I think so.
All right, but from us for now, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Don't forget, a little like and a subscribe goes a long way to helping the channel, and we'll see you later. High five. Oh, no, look, high five.